What do we have here? We got some Ken Onion goodness. Look at this beautiful thing. This is the Buckhorn, and it is a Ken Onion design, and the build is by Karbon, Karbon, Karbon Knives, and they have done an excellent job working together. I would say, well, do you guys know who Ken Onion is? Here, I'll show you some of his designs, and it'll be like, oh, I've seen those a million times.
Ken Onion, he's not an onion, he's a knife designer. Ken Onion, his knives are fun, son, and they're always fire. Ken Onion. Ken Onion.
So Ken Onion is just a prolific designer who's designed tons and tons of great knives. And I think this Buckhorn will go down as another one of his classic builds to me. I think it has just some excellent features. The build quality is just excellent. This texturing. I've seen a few of his knives that were kind of rarer that have pretty cool texturing like this, but it's unusual. I mean, look at that. Look at that texture, man. Those little individual, they remind me of Cubert, the video game. If you're old like me, you know what Cubert is. Those look like his little blocks that he bounces on. Super cool, man. Let's see. What is Ken Onion's sort of like history? When did he start? It's been a long time. I'm not 100% sure, like what year it was. I'm going to put up some like biography information up here.
Ken Onion, he's not an onion, he's a knife designer. Ken Onion, his knives are fun, son, and they're always fire. Ken Onion. Ken Onion.
So I mean, the guy's been around for a long time. I bought this one, this Buckhorn, at Blade Show, and this is the cheaper of the models. Although I think I got to check. I'm not sure. I think there's a small version of this one that's even cheaper. This was like 140 bucks, something like 150. I don't know what they retail for, or if they're even still available. But this is the aluminum liner lock version, and it has, pretty sure, 14C28N blade. Okay, so this is like the budget model at 140 bucks. It's not really a budget, but it's the budgetiest one. And you can see I use the shit out of this one. I carry it at least once a week, twice a week since Blade Show. It is so nice. Look at that blade. I have, used it on all kinds of shit, and that's the only wear you really see is that little bit. So it's not DLC. It is whatever the usual inexpensive black coating is, but it's holding up really well. So they've done a good job on it. And usually aluminum, especially when it has intricate milling like this, will wear like a black coating really fast. But as you can see, it's got a few little minor scrapes, but really it's holding on pretty well. Now, I guess right there, that's quite a bit of dinging and scraping, but shit, it just doesn't really matter to me. This knife has one of the best actions, I think, around. For a liner lock, I think it's probably the best action, other than some really high-end knives that I've messed with. Like, shit. Who makes that one? Yeah, I don't know. But like, $600, $700, $800 knives. or you got to get into the class before you start beating this guy on action. It is just so smooth and so drop shutty, just so nice, hydraulically drop shutty. And then this is the higher end one, but this is the small. So you got 4 different models, I think. It's at least 3. So you have the large buckhorn in aluminum and 14C, and it has, I think it has various color configurations too. And then you have the large and small in titanium frame lock, like this guy is, with, I think it's M390 on the blade. Doesn't seem to say, so I'm going to say it's M390 if I remember right. Beautiful. You can tell that this one, the titanium one, has a little more perfection into it. Okay, not that this one isn't really, really nice, but this one just has a little more niceness to it, just a little more perfection in the feel. They did such a great job on these. Look at these thumb studs. They're angled. I know you've seen some like this before in other knives, but it really works perfectly on this one. Look at that angle. Perfect for your thumb to come up on it. Look at that angle. Your thumb just feels right at home right there. It just pops it easy. And then the reverse flick is really the same way. Just so good. Look at that, man. Look at that contouring on that handle. I think they call it a palm swell, and you'll see that a lot on fixed blades, but you don't see it on pocket knives too often. Okay, this one has a palm swell. It has all these little lines that are just great traction. It has this little cubert bit here and there. Look at that. We got the flipper with the hole through it. That's super cool. Now the choil on the little guy is not quite big. Oof, just cut myself. Look at that. That bitch is sharp. Look at that shit. Just cut myself right there. Just touching that thing. Woo, she's sharp. I want to get blood on it. This is a loaner from the Iowa Knife Museum. I'm hanging out here at the Iowa Knife Museum, and I figured since I had my buckhorn, we could do a little, well, now I'll do a little left-handed review of their buckhorn and my buckhorn, because this thing isn't stopping bleeding. So, just beautiful, great knives, man. I can't even believe that you can acquire something like this at such a great price. I was just looking at this, trying to figure out what that is. It looks like the head of a screw. Okay. Oh, it's a screw that holds on the lock bar insert. Okay, and they have a detent ball and hole in the blade setup, just like most knives do. Nothing unusual there. But man, it is so freaking smooth. Just so nice. This one could use a little more sort of break-in, and then you'll probably have it be just as drop shutty as the other one. But at the moment, it's not yet. I'm just doing a little manual wear-in with it to see if I can get it to become a little drop shutty. Or sometimes you can, just by doing this a few times. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's just the way it is. Let's see, to stop bleeding? Mostly. What if I put just a little bit of this spicy oil right on her? And I know I don't mean my blood. I mean actual oil. Let's see, come on. Okay, there we go. And she should be slightly better now, after I work that oil in across the track of the detent ball. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, very nice. A little better. Oh shit, am I bleeding? No, okay. These are just great knives, man. Look at that blade shape. Just really nice upward curve, nice flat grind. Very smooth satin finish. Almost like a vapor honed, but not quite, but close. And then that little drop right there at the end. Very cool. Reminds me a little bit of some of the Kershaws that he has designed over the years. Just so cool, man. And, you know, random speed holes right there in the middle. You gotta love that. I think they're just carbon copies of each other, but shrunk down at, you know, pretty much every dimension. Let's see. Yeah, thickness, just shrunken down, everything. Now, they may have made this one even a little bit thicker because the aluminum one has to have an inset liner of steel on either side, and that's how it works. That's this little steel liner lock bit inside. Boy, look at that thing, it's just so damn smooth. Man, perfect centering. Great action. Man, I love these knives. They did such a good job. Now, even the large one doesn't really quite have a full finger choil there. It's close, but the top of my finger is getting ready to get cut again. Hell, there was a bug in my hair. I'm down here in the basement of the Iowa Knife Museum, so sometimes you get some illegal invaders coming in, getting in your hair and such. Sometimes stink bugs. Sometimes the stink bugs come down here and want to roost in your coif. Now, one little criticism I would have, that the pocket clip is a little small. Now, I hate a big, giant pocket clip. You know, if you got a knife and it has, I'm going to find one that's too big. Boy, this one is almost too big, but it's one of my favorite knives, so I wouldn't say anything bad about it. But look how long that pocket clip is, man. Come on, it's more than half the length of the knife. No, come on. This is a Gavco beautiful thresher, and that's the only negative about it, which isn't really a negative, but I don't love that, a giant pocket clip, right? So in this guy, the pocket clip is too small. Too big, too small. Too big, too small. That's it. But otherwise, what an excellent job he did on the design. Just such a curvy beauty. I can't even believe I own one. It's so cool. Even though it was, you know, it wasn't a ridiculous amount of money. This isn't like some $400, $500, $600 knife or $1,000 knife. It was $150, man. And it's just incredible. It's an incredible knife. It really is. Just action for days. What a beauty, man. I think the Buckhorn is my favorite of Ken Onion's designs. So, I mean, I'm sure people can argue with that, but it is my favorite of his. So, with the Ken Onion Buckhorn from Karbon Knives here at the Iowa Knife Museum, have a nice day.